Hey guys, this is our post-tournament wrap-up from event number 7 yesterday, the Reservoir Battle. And we had a great event yesterday. The weather ended up cooperating. I know on Kerr Scott, the wind was not an issue at all. Picked up a little later in the day, and it rained a little, but nothing, no washout or anything. So again, never trust the weather, man. But I just want to come on and give props to first to everybody who came out and fished with us. I appreciate all you guys supporting Little Foothills Club this year. It's been an awesome year, and definitely exceeded my expectations back at the end of 2022 uh, when we put all this together. I said before, we thought we'd land somewhere around 30 or 40 members, and we ended up nearly doubling that. I think we ended up with 65 members this year, and our little season has been a success um, in my mind. I've been tickled with the angler turnout, the angler support on the group page, and guys, I just want to say thank you for helping be a part of this. And like I said, we've done this just to be able to fish close to home. The benefit for me is I get to create the schedule, and that's really it. I'm just the guy who holds the money, and then gives it back to the people who win. That's just kind of the role that I see myself in. Um, no profit taken here. We just any money brought in, we give it back to you, either by purchasing prizes from our sponsors or giving it back to you directly at the end of the year during our TOC. But again, thank you. Appreciate the support this year. But one event left. Event number 8 coming up in 2 weeks on Lake Norman. And from what I hear and from what I've seen myself, Norman's fishing pretty good, which it always does around this time of the year. So it should be a good final event. We're going to have the weigh-in at the Pinnacle Boat Ramp after the event, probably an hour and a half after the tournament ends, so give people time to make it back there. And I'd really appreciate it if you guys come out and hang out with us. We'll only be there for an hour and a half, and just kind of culminate the season there. Shoot the breeze for a little while, hang out, and a couple of our sponsors are going to come out just to meet you guys. And I don't know, maybe they'll say a few words, but if you can, even if you're not fishing, just swing by and hang out for an hour and a half. It'd mean a lot to me if you guys would do that. So I hope that definitely, if you fish, please come by. Like I said, an hour and a half, we'll hang out, we'll talk, and we'll not keep you there long. But even if you doesn't fish and you're in the area, come by and hang out with us. Dean, if you don't get to fish, I expect you to come to the weigh-in at the Pinnacle Boat Ramp, and I'll put that time out exactly as we get closer to it. Like I said, probably an hour and a half after the tournament ends, and then we'll hang out for an hour or so and just shoot the breeze with each other. But we'll get right into it, guys. I just wanted to share the results from yesterday, and I'll bring them on the screen here. And as you can see, Mr. Jeremy Heath put up a 60-inch bag yesterday, and that will become the biggest limit ever laid down across the board in a Foothills event. Previously, B had put up 58.5 inches back in the spring of this year, and Jeremy cracked that yesterday, putting up a 60-inch bag, a 20-inch average on Lake James. Wow. And he'll be the all-time Foothills limit holder until somebody knocks him off. But yesterday, Jeremy, with his first place win, he took home first place prize money. He took home big bass money, and him and Pastor Mike Hicks, they locked down the team side, anchored by that 21 and that 20-inch fish, and they took home $200 as a team. Paid out Jeremy around $860, I believe, yesterday. So he just adds that to the bank account for the 2023 season, and he's having a great year. And I appreciate Jeremy. I spoke with him earlier and thanked him for coming out and fishing with us. And as you can see there in second place, Ryan Brenneman, Mr. Hook Sets himself, our local YouTube YouTube legend. He put up 53.5 inch limit on Lake James yesterday. And he moved way up into the AOI standings. I'll show that here at the end of the little video here, and then I'll post the AOI standings to the group page so you can all see it for yourself. But Ryan climbed big time yesterday. Before this event, he only had in 4 limits, and yesterday he was able to put a limit up for his 5th event to calculate his AOI standings, and Ryan made big moves yesterday in the AOI standings. Third place and our current leader still after 7 events, Mr. Austin Vang. Austin put up another 50-inch bag yesterday, 50.25 inch limit, and he done that on Kerr Scott. And Austin continues to hold down that top spot in the AOI standings. And right now, Austin has, I think, 260 inches across 5 events. So he's averaging a 52-inch limit for his AOI standings, which is just incredible. Mr. Consistency himself. There's a reason why he's the NC Bass champion, and we're glad to have him here at Foothills. He represents us in a great way with his attitude, and he's a hammer, guys. You guys know that. But congrats to Austin yesterday. Pretty much almost putting the AOI race out of reach for anybody yesterday with that 50.25 inch limit. Coming in 4th place, Mr. Lou Lore. And Lou's been consistent this whole year. He's been in 2nd place since event number 1. Him and Austin's been in first the whole time, and Lou's been in 2nd the whole time. Yesterday, Lou got his first check cashed. Earlier in the year, he placed high enough, and he put 2 cashing CK series rods in the rod arsenal. But yesterday, Lou was able to take home $200 for his 4th place finish. Ryan, I think I paid Ryan out $360 yesterday, and I think I paid Austin. No, it was $340 for you, Ryan, and $260 for Austin. I think I'm right in saying that. But either way, these top 4 took home cash yesterday, and we've paid all those dudes out. And as you can see there, my club helper, and he's been a great help this year in so many ways, just with his support physically and mentally. Mr. Garrett Wisnett cracks the top 5 for the first time this year, putting up a 46.25 inch limit, and Garrett's going to go home with a cash and rod for his work yesterday. And him and Ling were tied, and Garrett just happened to have that 17-inch bass, which serves as the tiebreaker. So Garrett takes home 5th place. Ling takes home 6th place with a 46.25 inch limit. Kenley Martin coming in 7th place. Kenley's going to take home our Yak Attack prize pack along with the Right Baits prize pack. And I spoke to Kenley, and I'm going to ship that stuff out to him this week. Kenley put up a strong limit yesterday, 46 inches. Another one coming out of Lake James here in the early fall. And Kenley made some big moves yesterday in the AOI standings as well. And there at the bottom, you can just barely see his name, Jacob Davis. Jacob Davis put up 45.50 inch limit yesterday. And Jacob is our last out of the money prize winner. And Jacob's going to take home the Queen Tackle and Realm of Fear custom baits package, courtesy of Queen Tackle and Mr. Steven Stocklinger. I appreciate those guys for helping us this year and giving us some extra incentive for our members. And even if they didn't place in the money, sometimes you can be on down in the standings Memberships paid off this year. I feel like for a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys have gotten your membership back and then some. But Jacob Davis rounds out the top 8 there, and he's the last member and the last one to receive an out of the money prize pack for our members only. But again, appreciate all you guys coming out and fishing with us. Congrats to Jeremy yesterday, continuing his hot streak. Pretty sure he's going to be with QC next week, fishing the Catawba Clash, and we wish him the best of luck. And you other guys too. Anybody's fishing next week, good luck, and feel free to share your stuff over on the Foothills page. Always welcome on the Foothills page. If you had a good day, we want to hear about it. And we're excited for your wins. A lot of times in life, people aren't so excited to hear about your wins personally, but all that stuff is welcome over on Foothills page. And it'd be cool if you'd post that stuff up over there when you fish other tournaments. Share how your day went. Share your GoPro video or whatever. All is welcome, like I said, over on the Foothills page. So you see up there at the top, you see 52 right above Jeremy's total. 52 anglers came out and fished yesterday, and we did have a judge judging the event for all but the last hour yesterday. So you got a lot of your fish that were cold were verified, and that'll go towards your Tourney X standings. That's something we tried to work on this season. And as you see there, fish caught, 132 fish caught yesterday, and were put across the board. So not a bad day for late fall, I'd say. But that's your standings, guys. I'm going to look at the AOI here for just a second, and then I'll wrap it up, and we'll be on to the next one. So here's your AOI standings, fellas. I will post these in the Foothills group page at the completion of this video. But there it is, fellas. With one event left, Austin Vang still hanging on to that top spot. Lou moved down a spot. Ryan putting in his 5th event limit, his 5th bag for the season yesterday. Ryan only had four events that were counting towards his standings up until yesterday, and he put up that 5th limit in awesome fashion, and moved way up the leaderboard. He's in 2nd place now with 250 inches for the year, and takes that 2nd spot, knocks Lou down a spot. Those guys, there's a 3/4 of an inch between them. And here in 4th place, you see John House. John's pretty much been right in that range, stayed in the top 5 for most of the Foothill season this year. And he put up a 43 1/4 inch limit yesterday, and I'm sure that he will improve that on Lake Norman here in 2 weeks. Jacob Davis continues his hot streak as well with Foothills this year, staying in the top 5 where he's been pretty much the whole year. B Yang, him and Jacob are actually tied with 239 1/4 inches for the year. B moves up from 10th spot to the 6th spot, so I'm glad B had a great day yesterday, and he's got some room for improvement too. He put up a 38-inch bag yesterday, and he still has the opportunity to gain some good points. If he can put away and drop that 38-inch bag, I mean, he could put up another 12-15 inches into his grand total for the AOI this year. David Golding coming in 7th spot as of right now, and he's been in the top 10. A lot of these guys have been there all year. Just consistency, and you guys who do fish the tournament scene, I mean, that's what you got to do. You just got to be consistent, especially when you're fishing a series and fishing for points for the whole year. Consistency is key. David's got a little room for improvement as well. He's got a 43.5-inch bag that he can drop. So he's got some room to improve some of his points. Chris Parker in 8th spot. Chris I think he was a little higher before yesterday's event, but really a lot of these other dudes just improved some of their bad limits. And Chris gets knocked down just a few spots, but he's still right there. I mean, he's got a 4.2 that he can improve on, and a lot of these guys from that spot on, I feel like those guys are safe. Definitely from David Golding on up, those guys are pretty much safe to make it into the TOC based off of their AOI score. Alex Van Dyke, we talked about him last week in the pre-tournament video. He put up his fifth limit. He only had four events that were counting towards his score before yesterday, and he put up 40.75 inch bag yesterday, and he moved himself way up into the top 10 for the AOI standings, and he's got some room to improve as well. That's going to play big here at the next event. What event do you have that is your lowest bag, and can you drop it and gain some more points for your AOI point standings? That's going to be the key. So Alex has got room to improve with that 40 and 3/4 inch bag. Alex could easily, especially being on his home leg, Alex could actually drop a 50-inch bag and move way up in the AOI standings as well. Richard May dropped the limit that he had. I think he had a 27 at maybe the Norman event or the Hickory event that he dropped yesterday, and that kept him moving on up in the standings as well. And he's got some room for improvement there with his 42.5-inch limit. Richard, can improve that a lot. Well, he's got a 38 and 3/4 that he can actually improve. It's really what I've been looking at as I've combed over the AOI standings is what bag can you drop and how many points can you improve off of that drop? And that's going to be the key coming down here to the home stretch at this last event. There's going to be some feelings get hurt, and I'm probably going to be one of those guys. Caleb Davis fell down a few spots, but he stayed pretty consistent for the whole year. He's got a limit there that he can improve and continue to stay in the running for the TOC at the end of the year. And then rounding out the top 12, and as of right now, our last TOC spot, Kenley Martin. Kenley Martin moved up big yesterday too. I'm not sure. I think Kenley had 5 events in. I could be wrong. But either way, Kenley moved way up. I think he was down in maybe the 21st spot before yesterday's event, and Kenley put up 46-inch bag yesterday and moved way up in the AOI standings as well. And then you look on down there and you see a couple more of us, myself, Garrett, Ashley, Cy, Travis, Connor, Billy. I mean, there's a chance, guys. Like I said, look at your least limit and how many points can you improve upon that. That's going to be the key here at the end of the year. And then as bad as I hate to say it, you're probably going to be rooting against some people. Not really, but in order for some of us, myself included, to make it in, it's going to be tough. I need to do good. Plus I need some help from some of the other guys. I spoke to Kenley earlier and I was like, I need one of these guys in the top 10 to win an event so we can roll down one more spot. Come on, guys. Those in the top 10. And I need one of you guys to win this next event. But and then I want to talk about the wild card here. I was looking at this earlier today, and I hadn't said a whole lot about the AOI standings and who's here and why they're here and who needs to do what. But I'm going to mention this one. John Ladd. John Ladd is a wild card. If you look at his points here, John Ladd still only has 4 events that are counting towards his AOI score. So John, here at Norman, you can make it in, buddy. You just need to be consistent with you got a 42, you got a 50.25, a 49.5, and a 45.25. I mean, potentially John with a fairly good limit at the next Norman event could jump all the way up there in the top 10 and bump some of us out again. So As of right now, that's one that I've been looking at, just combing over this. John is only 4 events are counting towards his AOI score at this point, so he is a wild card for the next event. And I'll stop it there, guys. The AOI points, I've looked at it from all different angles, and I'm looking at it for myself, and I suggest that you guys do it as well. But like I said, what's your least limit? How many points can you improve upon that? And you may want to be watching some of these other guys and how they're doing throughout the day uh, on that next event. Because like I said, I personally need to do good, and I need a little help from somebody else. But we'll close this out, guys. I want to say that Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, we got the live stream coming, and all top four plus Garrett, who's going to help host, are going to be on the live stream Tuesday night, and that'll be around 8 o'clock. And then after the stream's over, we're going to do our raffles as we normally do. We'll do some raffles from Hughes Plumbing Supply, and we'll do the two free entry fee raffles. And then also, we got a new sponsor here at the end of the season, and we're going to have some prize packs from them to give away. Naqua Battery Company. They're going to be helping us out, but we will be raffling off this battery pack as well for members on Tuesday night, and along with some other things from those other companies who have helped us. But tune in Tuesday night, guys, and listen to how these guys catch them. There's no doubt going to be a wealth of knowledge listening to these guys talk. I mean, Jeremy Heath's coming, Ryan's coming, Austin Hammer Time Vang's coming, Lou's coming. These are the guys that have been consistent the whole year, and hopefully they can share a little bit with us on how they make it happen, event after event. But that's it, guys. I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out and fishing, and look forward to you guys joining us on Tuesday night. Y'all have a great Sunday afternoon. Thank you.